If you are a very religious person, this video is for you. And by the end of this video, you will understand why being religious does not really mean that you have favor from God, or that God favors you, or he does not favor other people. So let's begin into it. And if you have not already subscribed to this channel, please leave a subscription, because I always drop gems and nothing but gems. So there is a religious fallacy that I have come to realize, and this is what we call spiritual pride, whereby people believe just because they associate with a certain religion, they are more favorable to God. It's like God favors them because maybe they are Muslims, maybe they are Christians, maybe they are Hindus, whatever they are. People believe that they have an advantage over others simply because they subscribe to a certain religion, and this is a fallacy of the highest order. And let me debunk this concept right here and right now. Now, one thing to understand is that there are no favorism. There are no favorism. Why? Because they are what we call universal principles, and these universal principles apply to everyone, regardless of your nationality, regardless of your ethnicity, regardless of your race. They apply to each and every individual. And the great thing about these principles are that even if you know about them, or if you do not know about them, they will still apply into your life. Okay? And that is why they are called universal laws that actually govern nature. And these are the laws, these are the principles that you have to learn if you want to experience change into your life. So, one thing religious people don't know is that everything is energy. Every single thing that you see or you do not see out there is made up of energy. And if everything is made up of energy, then everything can actually be transmuted. Everything can actually be manipulated because it's made up of energy. Energy can be transmuted, energy can be manipulated to be in other different forms. You can never destroy energy, but you can actually change its the way it is structured, right? So understand this. Now, there is no such thing as good or bad. Now, the concept of good or bad is what we call polarity. And this concept of good or bad, religious people view this good or bad in the form of the moral laws. But the moral laws serve nothing in the universal principles. So if you depend on the moral laws, and the moral laws are things such as do not steal, do not kill, do not do this, do not do that, those things which we categorize as being good or bad, these are things which are only applicable on this physical dimension or the third reality. On the higher planes, the moral laws do not apply. The universal principles are what apply on the higher planes. And that is why I'm telling you this. Now, if you are a Christian, you are a very great person. You don't do any sin, right? But there is an electricity here. This electricity will still kill you, even if you're not a sinner. If you play with the electricity, whether you are a sinner or not, the electricity will electrocute you and you will die. Take an innocent baby and place them in the electricity. It will kill them. Take a bad person, a thief, a killer, a murderer, they will still get killed. Electricity is an energy. Electricity does not care whether you are a good person morally or whether you are a bad person morally. It will still kill you. The same thing is true. Now, the same thing happens with gravity. Whether you are a good person or a bad person, if you jump, you will fall down. That is how it works. And this should teach you that there are no favorism. Don't think just because you pray to Allah, you pray to God, Lord, whatever, that you are now favored by God simply because you do that. That is what we call religious fallacy and lack of understanding of how things actually really work. There is no such thing as either good or bad. We just have different frequencies and we just have different vibrations. So for example, you might be a bad person morally. You might be a murderer, you might be stealing, you might be doing all these things. But if vibrationally you have the vibration of abundance, you will become abundant. And this is why you find that most of these people who we view as wicked, people who we view as bad, are actually the people who have more material possessions, are actually people who we think and view as success. Why? Because these people, vibrationally, they are attached to abundance. Vibrationally, they are attached to maybe health. And what you have to learn about is simply vibration. Don't think about the moral laws. They don't really work when you're trying to manifest. That is why I might be the baddest person, I'm still rich. You might be the best Christian, you might be poor. You might be a best Christian, you might be rich. That's why you find there are rich Christians, there are poor Christians, and you might find also there are people who don't even go to church, don't even go to mosques. There are others who are rich, there are others who are poor. Simply because universal principles apply to everyone, and they don't care about what you call moral laws. So don't have this spiritual pride of thinking that you are chosen one, that God favors you and God does not favor other people. We are all equal, simply because the universal principles work to all of us. So if you want to elevate your life, you've got to learn how the universal principles work so that you can put them into practice. And I'll see you on the next one. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure leaving a like, a subscription, and a share. And also, I do online one-on-one coaching sessions. If you wish to learn much more of this concept in depth, you can message me on the email that is on the description on this video. And I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe, stay blessed, and stay awakened.